NS&I Premium Bonds. They're basically a British institution, right? A staple of saving for, well, generations. But what if I told you that relying on them to build your wealth is actually a massive mathematical mistake? Yeah, okay, let's get into this. It sounds a little dramatic, I know, but it's a really serious question we have to answer. Because the very thing you think is keeping your money all safe and sound could be quietly costing you a fortune. We're going to look at exactly why that is, and more importantly, what on earth you can do about it. So, here's the plan. We'll kick things off with the problem itself, why those premium bonds aren't quite what they seem. Then we'll look at the true cost of just holding on to cash, figure out what a proper financial safety net looks like, and then, this is the good part, we'll get to a clear, simple plan to put your money to work and start building wealth automatically. Okay, let's tackle this problem head on. Right now, across the UK, there are billions and billions of pounds just sitting in premium bonds and other super low-interest accounts. And the hard truth is, this is like a silent drain on the finances of millions of people who are losing money year after year, and they don't even realize it. This just feels completely wrong, doesn't it? I mean, we're taught from a young age that safe is good when it comes to money. But here's the twist. When you're talking about building real wealth over the long haul, playing it safe like this can be the absolute most dangerous thing you do. Let's unpack why that is. So this brings us to the true cost of cash. I want you to try something. Think of the money in your savings account as an employee you've hired. And honestly, it's a terrible one. It just shows up, sits in the corner, and does absolutely nothing for you all day. Think about it. You put in the hours, the stress, the hard work to earn that money, and then you just park it in an account where it just sits there. It is not pulling its weight. And actually, it's even worse than that. It's not just doing nothing, it's actively losing its value. Let's make this feel a bit more real. Imagine you saved up a nice round 10,000 pounds back in 2015. You tucked it away somewhere safe and, felt pretty good about it. Okay, now let's fast forward to today. According to the Bank of England's own inflation calculator, the exact same stuff, the same goods and services that cost you 10 grand back then, would now set you back almost 14,000 pounds. Your money hasn't magically shrunk, but what it can buy has, dramatically. And that is the crucial point here. While your premium bonds or your savings account might feel secure, this invisible force called inflation is just chipping away at your purchasing power every single day. So in action, it isn't neutral. It's a guaranteed loss over time. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Hang on, I need that money for emergencies. And you know what? You are 100% right. But there's a huge difference between a proper strategic emergency fund and what we might call fear money, that cash that's just sitting around getting weaker. Your emergency fund is non-negotiable. Seriously. Think of it like a financial circuit breaker. When life inevitably throws a curveball, you lose your job, the boiler explodes, this fund is what stops a problem from turning into a full-blown catastrophe. The goal here is to have about 3 to 6 months of your essential living costs covered. And when we say essential, we really mean it. This is the money for your core survival. We're talking about keeping a roof over your head, food on the table, and the lights on. It's not for a last-minute holiday or a new coat. It is purely your safety net. So here's the key distinction. Your emergency fund needs to be liquid. You need to be able to get to it fast. The absolute best place for it is in a high-yield, easy-access savings account. That way, it's at least earning some interest to fight inflation, but it's there the moment you need it, not locked away in something like premium bonds where you're just kind of crossing your fingers for a prize. Okay, so once your emergency fund is all sorted out and sitting pretty, what do you do with any cash you have beyond that? Well, you stop letting it be lazy. You give it a job, you put it to work, you invest it. This is how you make the leap from just saving to actually growing your wealth. And the difference is, well, it's staggering. Just look at this. After 20 years, your 10,000 pounds in cash is still 10,000 pounds. Although, as we know, it buys a lot less. But that same money, invested with an average market return of 8%, it could grow to over 46,000 pounds. And that's without you adding another single penny. That is powerful stuff. So what's the magic behind those incredible numbers? It's a little thing called compound interest. Some people call it the snowball effect. It's basically where your money earns a return, and then that return starts earning its own return. It creates this powerful, accelerating cycle that can just grow your wealth exponentially over time. It's the secret sauce. Now, I know this might sound complicated, but I promise you it really isn't. You don't need to be some Wall Street genius to do this. Here is a super simple 3-step system that absolutely anyone can use to get started. First up, you need the right tool for the job. And in the UK, that tool is a Stocks and Shares ISA. The easiest way to think of it is as a tax wrapper. You can put up to £20,000 in it each year, and any growth you make inside it, all of it is completely 100% tax-free, which is amazing. Okay, next question. What do you actually buy inside this ISA? My advice? Forget trying to pick the next big stock. That's basically gambling. The simple, proven strategy is to buy a low-cost global index fund. This just means you instantly own a tiny little piece of hundreds of the world's biggest and best companies. It's diversified, so you're not putting all your eggs in one basket, and it's low cost, so more of your money goes towards growing, not paying fees. And that brings us to the final automated plan. Step 1, open a Stocks and Shares ISA. Step 2, inside it, pick a simple global index fund. And step 3, and this is probably the most important part, automate it. Set up a direct debit to invest a certain amount every single month, no matter what. This is so crucial because it takes all the emotion and guesswork out of it. It just happens in the background, consistently building your wealth over time. Set it and forget it. So let's just end with this thought. You work incredibly hard for your money. You put in the hours, the effort, the stress. The question you really need to ask yourself is this. After you've done all that hard work, is your money working just as hard for you? Or have you accidentally hired the laziest employee in the world?